Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tim Show. I'm Tim, your host, and football is back, baby. And I'm ready for some cheese football. Now, I don't know how convincing I was right there, but quite frankly, I'm truly not ready. And it's not because I don't want to watch football, because I love football. It's my favorite sport, but I'm just not ready for the emotional roller coaster of supporting my team week in and week out, doing ups and downs and injuries. And I'm already stressed out over the Yankees every game. Now I have to add the Chiefs to my mental Rolodex. Who signed me up for this sport shit? I did, because I love it. And I have a nasty taste in my mouth from what the Eagles did to us in that Super Bowl in February. And speaking of the Eagles, the Super Bowl champion Eagles, they had their banner ceremony yesterday. And guess who they played? The Dallas Cowboys. That means Jerry Jones had to sit there and watch a team in his division win another Super Bowl. Because he'll never be on the right side of that. But it's all jokes about the Cowboys, right? Just a joke. They actually played good yesterday and they had a chance to win that game. But football did come back with a bang. But that was yesterday, and tonight's our night because we're back, baby. We're in Brazil against the San Diego Superchargers. Wait, they're not San Diego anymore. They're LA. Ain't nobody, they don't got no fans in LA. So they're the San Diego Superchargers. And fuck them. Fuck them. All the football people are saying that them and the Denver Broncos are one of the two teams who are going to dethrone us this year as AFC West champions. They said we are a wild card team at best. Is it because our team digressed, or these two teams got better, or maybe because our schedule is so tough? But that's what happens when you win a lot. You get a tough schedule, and you should get a tough schedule. But I love our acquisitions this year. I love the free agency, and I love our draft class. Did you see that big boy from Ohio State? Joshua Simmons, the left tackle, against the Bears in that preseason game? He looked good. Because it's not just about protecting Pat Mahomes. It's about creating holes for running game, for the running backs. Because if you if you watched any of my podcasts last year, I used to yell and say, why don't we commit to the run? I swear, I think that Super Bowl would have been different. I won't say we would have won. I think it would have been totally different if Andy would have committed to the run just a little bit more, a tad bit. But that left tackle from Ohio State, Josh Simmons, hopefully for what he's been showing in the preseason, he can put that into the regular season because he's starting tonight at left tackle. That was a hole that we had. See, last season was different than this year. Last year, we was fresh off 2 Super Bowl wins, trying to make history, trying to be the first teams to win 3 straight championships in the Super Bowl era. And we had a winning streak going on. Early in the season, we were winning games, just barely winning. The social media said that the refs was cheating on us. We was only winning because of that. We had a whole bunch of injuries. Rashae Rice went down early for the season. Isaiah Pacheco went down. We had to pick up Kareem Hunt from the couch. Then we had to pick up Chris Humphries because our left tackle situation wasn't right. We had to move around Joe Tooney. We had a whole lot of mixing and matching, and we still ended up back in the Super Bowl. But again, we didn't get the results that we wanted. But this season is different. It's the redemption tour. That's what I'm calling it. Because I'm telling you, them guys in that locker room, coaching staff and players, they're champions. And I'm sure they're going to play and coach with a chip on their shoulder. Because this year, we're not the hunted. We're the hunters. And I truly believe we're going to see Patrick Mahomes, the old Patrick Mahomes, not the dink and dack Patrick Mahomes. Take the good play, Patrick Mahomes. He's going to throw the ball downfield, and I think you're going to see that week 1. But let's get to this schedule. And what a tough schedule it is. Again, we start out against the Chargers, a team that they think they're very high on. And then week 2 in Arrowhead, rematch of the Super Bowl. Now, I don't really get too high or too low or for playoff rematches, but this one is kind of personal because of what they did to us in that Super Bowl. And then the last time we played them in Arrowhead, Coach Sirianni was heckling our fans a little bit. So I'm sure they're bulletin board material. And then week 3 in New York, in MetLife, I will be in attendance against the New York Football Giants. Now, I think they're going to have a good defense, and I think they will be better than what they were last year. And then what's a schedule for the Chiefs without the Ravens, Bills, and Bengals? Now, we don't got the Bengals on our schedule this year, but of course, week 4, we have the Ravens. And I've been to 2 Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes games, and it's been sensational, and I'm sure week 4 will be another great one. Week 5, we got the young Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 6, them Detroit Lions. Now, the last time they played us in Arrowhead, they beat us. They ruined our banner ceremony, and we played them again. And also, that would be the 6th game of a 6-game suspension for our number 1 receiver, Shea Rice, who haven't played since early last year. Yes, he's suspended for his first 6 games, and he will be back for week 7 against the Vegas Raiders. And I'm excited to see how he looked with all those speed guys. I'm sure he will take another step to being who we think he should be. And then week 8, we got the young phenom rookie of the year, Jaden Daniels, coming into Arrowhead. His first matchup against Pat Mahomes. That should be a good one. And then, week 9, Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Sean McDermott, Andy Reid. You know how that go. We go into a bye week. And off the bye week, week 11, we got the second team who people are high on to dethrone us in the AFC West, the Denver Broncos. Now, that's going to be a good game. Whether they're good or they're bad, it's a great game, and they are good. They got a quarterback, they got a defense, they got a running game, and they got a coach. And then week 12, we play the Colts. Now, the last time we played the Colts, we played them in Indy. We played them in Arrowhead. This year, they beat us. They always play well against us, so that should be a good game. And then week 13, Patrick Mahomes get his first Thanksgiving game in Dallas, his hometown, against the Cowboys. And guess who will be there? Me. I'll be there on Turkey Day in Dallas to see my Chiefs versus the Cowboys. Week 14, Houston Texans. Week 15, the Chargers again. There's going to be some playoff stipulations in that game. Week 16, young phenom, number 1 pick Cam Ward, Tennessee Titans in Nashville. Then week 17, our last game against the Broncos, and we conclude our season in week 18 in our second home in Vegas against the Raiders. Now, we run their stadium. What's the name of their stadium? I don't remember, but we run it. It'll be more Chiefs jerseys and Raider jerseys in that stadium, but that will conclude our season. And yes, it's a tough, grueling schedule, and it should be. It should be. But that's just now. By the time we get to week 18, things could be different because football's a year in, year thing. One year you good, next year you bad. Before we get into tonight's matchup, let's get into a little bit of Chiefs news. So, unfortunately, the Chiefs were not able to sign a contract extension with young star cornerback Trent McDuffie. He's still on his rookie contract. He wants to get paid. He deserves to get paid, and I think they should get it done now. Because if he have another great season, it's only going to cost you more money later on. I'm just happy that he's not holding out. He's playing. I love that. But get that damn deal signed. Then we got some injuries to some of our rookies. Jalen Royals, one of our young wide receivers who we drafted, who I love, who I think that could be something like Sammy Watkins. Now, again, don't always take my word for things, because I did say I love Sky Moore, and I still do. Sky Moore did not pan out for us. We traded him away to San Fran. Hopefully, he can get his career back on track and be who I think he could be. But I'm high on Jalen Royals. He won't play tonight. Hopefully, we get him on the field next week or in the weeks coming up. But very high on that guy. And also, Norman Lott, another one of our young guys, young rookies, He may not play today. He's questionable. But who is playing is Brashard Smith. Brashard Smith is a late round draft pick who's a running back. Now, I call Isaiah Pacheco, the first year we got him, I called him in preseason because he just a guy that ran hard. He was playing with the first team offense. And I said, that guy's going to be good. They're going to play him. And I picked him up in my fantasy team. And later on in that season, he became the starting running back. I'm high on Brashard Smith as well, too. This kid looked good. He's young, great hands, could run a ball. He was a receiver turned running back. Perfect for Andy's system. We need some explosiveness, especially coming out that backfield. And I think that later on in the season, Brashard Smith is someone to pay attention to. Now let's get to the keys of the game. It's the Chargers. They know us. We know them. We know Coach Harbaugh. He like to control the clock, run the ball. If he run the ball successfully, you will see a lot of play action. They have the weapons. McClonkley, he was a great rookie last year. I'm expecting him to take another step up. They got Keenan Allen back. We know what he's been throughout his career against us. And they got the tight end. And last year, that was a weakness for us on defense. It seemed like every tight end had their career game against us, and they have one. So we need to minimize their gains, stop the run early, get pressure on Justin Herbie, get his ass on the floor. That's a problem that we had last year. We got home, but we didn't sack guys. And our back end didn't hold up long enough. We gave up a lot of long plays, a lot of chunk yardage. That's something we need to minimize today. On the offense, they're gonna rush the passer. They're gonna come in and try to see what our offensive line is. Protect Mahomes, run the ball, control the line of scrimmage, take some deep plays. We hit Xavier Worthy deep last year against the Chargers last year. Let's try that again. We got Taquan Thornton. He's another guy that like to go deep. He caught one in the preseason. We got Xavier Worthy. In the Super Bowl, he caught 2 deep passes. I think they found something there. That's one thing I love about football. Even in the loss, you find things. Hollywood Brown is playing this game. He didn't play most of the season last year. He's back. Utilize our tight ends. Have a ticket today. I like Noah Gray for a touchdown. Xavier Worthy for 4 catches. Travis Kelce for 40 yards. And Juju Smith-Schuster. He's always that guy, a safety net. 3rd down guy, 25 yards. That's my ticket. Take it. Let's see what happens. I have a final score today. The Chargers play good defense, so I'm not going to go out there and underestimate them. But I do think we put some points up. I do think they put some points up as well. I have us to win by a touchdown, 28-21. Let's go, Chiefs.